Have you ever looked at your cat and wondered, do they actually understand me? If you've ever felt like your feline friend is ignoring you or giving you the cold shoulder, you're not alone. But here's the thing, cats do understand us. They just don't communicate the way we expect them to. And that's where the disconnect happens. Most of us approach cats the way we'd approach another human or even a dog. We talk to them in our language, using our gestures, expecting them to respond in ways that make sense to us. But cats, they're playing by a completely different set of rules. And once you learn those rules, you'll realize your cat has been trying to talk to you all along. Let's start with a surprising fact. Cats don't meow at each other. That's right, adult cats don't use meowing as a way to communicate with other cats. Kittens meow to their mothers, sure, but once they grow up, they switch to body language and other subtle cues. So why do they meow at us? Because they've figured out that humans are, well, a little slow on the uptake when it comes to nonverbal communication. Over thousands of years, cats have developed a vocal language specifically for humans. Every meow, trill, or chirp is tailored to get our attention and, let's be honest, manipulate us into giving them what they want. But here's the kicker. We often misinterpret what they're trying to say. And it's not just about the sounds they make. Cats are masters of body language, and they use their tails, ears, whiskers, and even their blinks to communicate. If you're not paying attention to these cues, you're missing half the conversation. Take the slow blink, for example. This is one of the most powerful tools in cat-human communication. When a cat narrows their eyes, slowly closes them, and then gently reopens them, they're essentially saying, "I trust you, I feel safe with you." It's the feline equivalent of a smile. And here's the amazing part. If you slow blink at a cat, they're likely to slow blink back, even cats you've never met before. It's a simple gesture, but it can completely change the way you interact with your cat. In fact, a groundbreaking study in 2020 confirmed just how effective the slow blink is. Researchers found that cats are more likely to approach strangers who use the slow blink sequence. It's a universal sign of friendliness and calmness in the feline world. So the next time you meet a cat, try it. Narrow your eyes, close them slowly, and then reopen them. You might be surprised at how quickly they warm up to you. But let's not stop there. Understanding your cat's vocalizations is just as important. Did you know that cats customize their meows for each person in their life? A 2004 study found that cats use different vocal patterns depending on whether they're talking to their owner, a stranger, or another cat. They're constantly studying our reactions and fine-tuning their sounds to get the best results. It's like they're running a little experiment on us every day. And honestly, they're winning. For example, have you ever heard a cat use a solicitation? It's a special kind of purr mixed with a high-pitched cry that sounds a lot like a human baby. This sound is designed to trigger our caregiving instincts. Even people who don't own cats find it hard to ignore. It's urgent, it's a little annoying, and it's incredibly effective. Your cat knows exactly what they're doing. Now let's break down some of the most common types of meows and what they mean. A short, soft meow is usually a greeting, your cat's way of saying hello. A loud, repeated meow, that's a demand. They want food, attention, or access to something. And they're not taking no for an answer. Then there's the pleading meow, which has a drawn-out, emotional tone. It's like they're saying, please, in the most polite way possible. On the flip side, a sharp, intense meow is a protest. Maybe you've taken too long to feed them, or you've dared to close a door they wanted open. And let's not forget the happiness vocalizations, trills, squeaks, and purring. These sounds are often associated with comfort and contentment. But they can also indicate excitement or even self-healing. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Cats don't just rely on sounds to communicate. Their body language is incredibly nuanced, and if you learn to read it, you'll unlock a whole new level of understanding. For instance, a cat exposing their belly is one of the most misunderstood gestures. Many people assume it's an invitation for belly rubs, but in reality, it's a trust signal. By showing you their most vulnerable area, they're saying, "I trust you with my life." It's a huge compliment, even if they don't actually want you to touch their belly. And then there's tail language. A tail held straight up is a sign of confidence and happiness. It's like a little flag saying, "I'm in a good mood." But if their tail is twitching or thrashing, it's a warning sign. They're overstimulated or irritated. and it's best to give them some space. A puffed-up tail, on the other hand, indicates fear or a defensive response. And if you see a question mark-shaped tail, that's a friendly greeting combined with curiosity. It's your cat's way of saying, "Hey, what's up?" Ears and whiskers also play a big role in feline communication. Forward ears mean your cat is alert and interested, while swiveling ears indicate they're monitoring their surroundings. Flattened ears, however, are a sign of fear, anger, or stress. As for whiskers, forward whiskers show curiosity and investigation, while pulled back whiskers signal fear or uncertainty. One of the most heartwarming forms of cat communication is head bunting. When your cat rubs their head or cheek against you, they're not just being affectionate, they're marking you with their scent. It's their way of saying, "You're family, you belong to me." This scent exchange is a bonding behavior that strengthens your relationship. And let's not forget kneading, or as some people like to call it, making biscuits. This behavior is rooted in kittenhood, when cats knead their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow. As adults, they knead when they feel safe, comfortable, and deeply trusting. It's one of the purest expressions of love a cat can offer. What's truly remarkable is how cats combine these signals to create full sentences. They rarely rely on just one gesture or sound. For example, a question mark tail combined with forward ears and forward whiskers indicates friendly curiosity. Meanwhile, a low tail paired with flat ears and pulled back whiskers signals fear or stress. By paying attention to these combinations, you can get a much clearer picture of what your cat is feeling and what they're trying to tell you. Now that we've explored how cats communicate through their vocalizations and body language, let's dive deeper into how you can use this knowledge to build a stronger bond with your feline friend. The truth is, cats are incredibly perceptive. They're constantly observing us, picking up on our emotions, and even interpreting our facial expressions. But for this two-way communication to work, we need to meet them halfway. That means learning to speak cat, while also being mindful of how we present ourselves to them. One of the most effective ways to start this conversation is by mastering the slow blink. It's such a simple gesture, yet it carries so much weight in the feline world. When you slow blink at a cat, you're telling them, "I'm calm, I'm friendly, and I mean no harm." It's the opposite of a direct stare, which cats interpret as a threat. And the best part, cats almost always respond in kind. It's like a secret handshake that instantly builds trust. If you're new to the slow blink, here's how to do it. Start by making eye contact with your cat, but don't hold their gaze too long. Narrow your eyes slightly, then slowly close them for about 2 to 3 seconds. When you reopen your eyes, keep your expression soft and relaxed. Then wait. Give your cat a moment to process what you've just done. If they slow blink back, congratulations, you've just had a meaningful conversation in their language. But what if your cat doesn't respond right away? Don't worry, some cats take a little longer to warm up, especially if they're shy or nervous. The key is consistency. Practice the slow blink daily, and over time, your cat will start to recognize it as a sign of safety and affection. And remember, this technique isn't just for your own cat. It works with almost any cat, whether it's a neighbor's pet, a stray, or even a cat at a shelter. It's a universal signal that transcends individual personalities. Of course, communication doesn't stop at the slow blink. To truly connect with your cat, you need to pay attention to their vocalizations and respond appropriately. For example, if your cat greets you with a soft, short meow, try responding with a gentle verbal greeting of your own. Something as simple as "Hi, buddy," or "Hello, sweetie," can go a long way in reinforcing the bond between you. Cats may not understand the words themselves, but they pick up on the tone and intent behind them. On the other hand, if your cat is using a demand meow, those loud, repeated cries that say, "Feed me now," it's important to acknowledge them without immediately giving in. Cats are smart, and they quickly learn to associate certain behaviors with specific outcomes. If you always respond to a demand meow by giving them what they want, they'll keep using that tactic. Instead, try acknowledging their request with a calm voice or a reassuring gesture, then follow through on your own terms. This teaches your cat that they don't need to be overly dramatic to get your attention. Pleading meows with their drawn-out, emotional tones are a little different. These are your cat's way of asking for something politely, almost as if they're saying, please. In these cases, it's okay to respond positively, especially if the request is reasonable. Maybe they want a little extra playtime, or they're asking for a cozy spot on your lap. By honoring these requests, you're showing your cat that you value their needs and emotions. But what about those sharp, intense protest meows? These are your cat's way of expressing frustration or annoyance. Maybe you've taken too long to open a door, or you've moved them off the couch when they were perfectly comfortable. When you hear this type of meow, take a moment to assess the situation. Is there something you can do to address their concern? Sometimes a simple acknowledgement, like saying, I know, I'm sorry, can help diffuse the tension. Cats may not understand the words, but they do appreciate the effort. Now let's talk about multi-mode communication. Cats are incredibly responsive to a combination of signals, so don't be afraid to mix and match your approaches. For instance, you can pair a slow blink with a soft voice and an open hand. This trifecta of calm, friendly gestures can work wonders, especially with shy or scared cats. The open hand, in particular, is a powerful tool. By extending your hand at their level, you're giving them the option to approach on their own terms. It's a non-threatening way to say, I'm here if you're ready. As you interact with your cat, pay close attention to their body language in real time. A tail held high, that's a green light to keep engaging. Forward ears, they're interested and alert, but if you notice a thrashing tail or flattened ears, it's time to back off. These are clear signs that your cat needs some space. By respecting these cues, you're showing your cat that you understand and respect their boundaries. Consistency is another crucial element of effective communication. Cats thrive on routine and predictability, so try to use the same tone, gestures, and body language every time you interact with them. For example, if you always greet your cat with a slow blink and a soft hello, they'll come to associate those actions with positive interactions. Over time, this consistency builds trust and strengthens your bond. But why does this system work so well? The answer lies in science. Both humans and cats release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, during positive interactions. This chemical not only makes us feel good, but also reinforces the emotional connection between us. Cats are also incredibly attuned to human facial expressions. Studies have shown that they can distinguish between calm, happy faces and angry, stressed ones. When you approach your cat with a calm expression and a relaxed demeanor, they're more likely to respond positively. The benefits of mastering cat communication go far beyond your own household. This system works with rescue cats, nervous cats, and even cats in high-stress environments like vet clinics. By using techniques like the slow blink and multi-mode communication, you can help reduce their stress and make them feel more comfortable. And the more you practice, the more confident and affectionate your cat will become. It's a win-win for everyone involved. Imagine a world where you no longer have to guess what your cat wants. No more wondering if they're hungry, bored, or just in the mood for a cuddle. Instead, you'll have a clear, two-way conversation built on mutual understanding. Your cat will become more vocal, expressive, and trusting, and you'll feel a deeper connection than ever before. It's not just about meeting their needs. It's about building a genuine relationship that's rooted in love and respect. And the best part, this isn't some complicated, time-consuming process. It's about making small, intentional changes to the way you interact with your cat. By mastering the slow blink, responding to vocalizations, and paying attention to body language, you're opening the door to a whole new level of communication. It's like learning a new language, but one that's surprisingly intuitive once you get the hang of it. Now that you've started to understand the basics of cat communication, let's take it a step further. The beauty of this process is that it's not just about you learning to speak cat. It's also about your cat learning to trust and communicate with you in return. This mutual understanding creates a bond that's deeper than words, and it's something that can transform your relationship with your feline friend. One of the most fascinating aspects of cat communication is how they've evolved to interact with humans in ways that are completely unique. Think about it. Cats didn't have to develop a vocal language for us. They could have stuck to their natural feline communication methods, body language, scent marking, and subtle cues. But instead, they chose to adapt. Over thousands of years, they've fine-tuned their behaviors to better connect with us, their human companions. That's a testament to just how much they value their relationship with us. Take the solicitation purr, for example. This isn't just any purr. It's a carefully crafted sound that combines the soothing vibrations of a regular purr with a high-pitched cry that's almost impossible to ignore. It's designed to trigger our caregiving instincts, much like the cry of a human baby. And it works. Even people who don't own cats find this sound urgent and compelling. Your cat knows exactly what they're doing when they use this purr, and it's a perfect example of how they've learned to speak human. But cats don't just rely on vocalizations to get their point across. Their body language is equally important, and it's something that many people overlook. For instance, have you ever noticed how your cat's tail moves in different situations? A tail held straight up is a sign of confidence and happiness. It's like your cat is saying, "I'm feeling good and I'm ready to interact." On the other hand, a twitching or thrashing tail is a warning sign. It means your cat is overstimulated or irritated, and it's best to give them some space. Then there's the question mark tail, a tail that's curved at the top, resembling a hook or a question mark. This is one of the most endearing tail positions, as it signals friendly curiosity. When your cat approaches you with a question mark tail, they're essentially saying, "Hey, what's going on? I'm interested in you." It's an invitation to engage, and it's a great opportunity to connect with your cat on their terms. Ears are another key part of feline body language. Forward ears indicate that your cat is alert and interested, while swiveling ears show that they're monitoring their surroundings. Flattened ears, however, are a sign of fear, anger, or stress. If you see your cat's ears pinned back, it's a clear signal that they're feeling uncomfortable, and you should proceed with caution. Whiskers, too, play a role in communication. When your cat's whiskers are pushed forward, it means they're curious and investigating something. But if their whiskers are pulled back against their face, it's a sign of fear or uncertainty. These subtle cues can tell you a lot about how your cat is feeling in any given moment. One of the most heartwarming forms of cat communication is head bunting. When your cat rubs their head or cheek against you, they're not just being affectionate, they're marking you with their scent. This behavior, known as scent marking, is a way for cats to claim you as part of their family. It's their way of saying, "You belong to me, and I belong to you." It's a deeply bonding gesture, and it's one of the many ways cats show their love. Kneading, or making biscuits, is another behavior that's rooted in affection and trust. This action, which involves your cat rhythmically pressing their paws against a soft surface, or sometimes your lap, is a throwback to kittenhood. When kittens nurse, they need their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow. As adults, cats continue this behavior when they feel safe, comfortable, and deeply content. It's a sign that your cat feels completely at ease with you, and it's one of the purest expressions of love they can offer. But here's the thing, cats rarely use just one gesture or sound at a time. They're masters of combining signals to create full sentences. For example, a cat with a question mark tail, forward ears, and forward whiskers is showing friendly curiosity. They're open to interaction and eager to explore. On the other hand, a cat with a low tail, flattened ears, and pulled back whiskers is feeling fearful or stressed. By paying attention to these combinations, you can get a much clearer picture of what your cat is trying to communicate. Now, let's talk about how you can use this knowledge to improve your interactions with your cat. One of the most important things you can do is respond to their cues in real time. If your cat approaches you with a question mark tail and a soft meow, take it as an invitation to engage. Try using the slow blink, speaking to them in a gentle tone, or offering your hand for them to sniff. These small gestures show your cat that you're paying attention and that you respect their communication style. On the flip side, if your cat is showing signs of stress, like a thrashing tail or flattened ears, it's important to give them space. Cats value their independence, and they appreciate it when you respect their boundaries. By backing off when they're feeling overwhelmed, you're showing them that you understand and care about their needs. Consistency is another key factor in building a strong bond with your cat. Cats thrive on routine and predictability, so try to establish a consistent way of interacting with them. For example, if you always greet your cat with a slow blink and a soft hello, they'll come to associate those actions with positive interactions. Over time, this consistency builds trust and strengthens your relationship. But why does all of this matter? The answer lies in the science of bonding. When you interact with your cat in a positive way, both of you release oxytocin, the the hormone associated with love and trust. This chemical not only makes you feel good, but also reinforces the emotional connection between you and your cat. It's a biological feedback loop that deepens your bond with every interaction, and the benefits don't stop there. By mastering the art of cat communication, you can help your cat feel more confident, social, and affectionate. This is especially important for rescue cats, nervous cats, or cats in high-stress environments like vet clinics. When you use techniques like the slow blink and multi-mode communication, you're creating a safe and supportive environment that allows your cat to thrive. Imagine a world where you no longer have to guess what your cat wants. No more wondering if they're hungry, bored, or just in the mood for a cuddle. Instead, you'll have a clear, two-way conversation built on mutual understanding. Your cat will become more vocal, expressive, and trusting, and you'll feel a deeper connection than ever before. It's not just about meeting their needs, it's about building a genuine relationship that's rooted in love and respect. And the best part? This isn't some complicated, time-consuming process. It's about making small, intentional changes to the way you interact with your cat. By mastering the slow blink, responding to vocalizations, and paying attention to body language, you're opening the door to a whole new level of communication. It's like learning a new language, but one that's surprisingly intuitive once you get the hang of it. By now, you've learned how to interpret your cat's vocalizations, body language, and unique communication styles. You've also started to understand how to respond in ways that make sense to them. But there's one more piece of the puzzle: creating a consistent two-way communication system that works for both you and your cat. This is where everything comes together, and it's the key to building a relationship that's not just functional, but truly fulfilling. Let's start with the idea of multi-mode communication. Cats are incredibly perceptive creatures, and they respond best when you combine multiple signals. For example, if you're trying to encourage a shy or nervous cat to approach you, don't just rely on one method. Pair a slow blink with a soft, soothing voice and an open hand. The slow blink tells them you're calm and non-threatening. The gentle tone reassures them, and the open hand gives them the option to come closer on their own terms. This combination of visual, auditory, and physical cues creates a powerful message of trust and safety. It's also important to remember that cats are individuals. Just like people, they have their own personalities, preferences, and quirks. Some cats are naturally more vocal and outgoing, while others are quiet and reserved. The key is to adapt your communication style to suit your cat's unique needs. Pay attention to what works and what doesn't. Does your cat respond better to a high-pitched, cheerful tone? Or do they prefer a calm, low voice? Do they enjoy being greeted with a slow blink? Or are they more responsive to a gentle touch? The more you observe and adjust, the stronger your bond will become. One of the most rewarding aspects of this process is watching your cat become more confident and expressive over time. When you consistently respond to their cues in a positive way, they start to feel more comfortable talking to you. They'll meow more often, use a wider range of vocalizations, and even experiment with new sounds to see how you react. It's like they're saying, "Hey, this communication thing works. Let's keep it going." But what happens when your cat's signals are less clear? For example, what if they're meowing at you, but you're not sure what they want? This is where context becomes crucial. Look at the situation as a whole. Are they standing near their food bowl? Are they sitting by the door? Are they staring at you with wide, expectant eyes? By combining their vocalizations with their body language and the surrounding context, you can usually figure out what they're trying to tell you. And if you're still not sure, don't be afraid to experiment. Try offering them food, opening a door, or initiating playtime. Pay attention to their response. If they seem satisfied, you've cracked the code. If not, keep observing and adjusting. Over time, you'll start to recognize patterns and develop a deeper understanding of your cat's unique communication style. Another important aspect of cat communication is setting boundaries. While it's important to respond to your cat's needs, it's equally important to establish limits. For example, if your cat is using a demand meow to get your attention, don't feel obligated to drop everything and cater to them immediately. Instead, acknowledge their request with a calm voice or a reassuring gesture, then follow through on your own terms. This teaches your cat that they don't need to be overly dramatic to get what they want. At the same time, be mindful of your own body language and tone. Cats are incredibly sensitive to our emotions, and they can pick up on even the subtlest changes in our demeanor. If you're feeling stressed, angry, or impatient, your cat will notice, and it may affect their behavior. That's why it's so important to approach your interactions with a calm, positive attitude. Even if you're having a tough day, try to set those feelings aside when you're with your cat. They'll appreciate the effort, and it will strengthen your bond. Now, let's talk about the long-term benefits of mastering cat communication. One of the most significant advantages is the ability to reduce stress for both you and your cat. When you understand what your cat is trying to tell you, there's less frustration, less guesswork, and fewer misunderstandings. This is especially important in high-stress situations, like trips to the vet or introducing a new pet to the household. By using techniques like the slow blink and multi-mode communication, you can help your cat feel more secure and less anxious. Another benefit is the way this system fosters trust. Cats are naturally cautious creatures, and it takes time to earn their confidence. But when you consistently respond to their cues in a positive, respectful way, they start to see you as a reliable source of safety and comfort. This trust is the foundation of a strong, lasting relationship, and it's something that will only deepen over time. And let's not forget the emotional rewards. There's something incredibly special about having a genuine, two-way conversation with your cat. It's a reminder that they're not just pets, they're sentient beings with their own thoughts, feelings, and personality. When you take the time to understand and connect with them, you're not just meeting their needs, you're building a relationship that's rooted in love, respect, and mutual understanding. So, where do you go from here? The first step is to start practicing what you've learned. Begin with the slow blink. Use it every day and pay attention to how your cat responds. Then start incorporating other techniques, like responding to vocalizations, reading body language, and using multi-mode communication. Be patient, be consistent, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. This is a learning process for both you and your cat, and it's okay if it takes time to get it right. As you continue to practice, you'll start to notice subtle changes in your cat's behavior. They'll become more vocal, more expressive, and more willing to engage with you. They'll start to see you not just as a provider of food and shelter, but as a true companion, someone they can trust, communicate with, and rely on. And in return, you'll gain a deeper appreciation for the incredible complexity and beauty of feline communication. By mastering the art of talking to your cat, you're not just improving your relationship with them, you're also enriching your own life. Studies have shown that interacting with cats can reduce stress, boost mood, and even improve overall well-being. Watching your cat slow blink at you, hearing their contented purrs, and feeling the gentle pressure of their head bumps. It's these small, everyday moments that make life with a cat so special. And the best part, this is just the beginning. The more you practice, the more you'll discover about your cat's unique personality and communication style. You'll learn to recognize their quirks, anticipate their needs, and respond in ways that make them feel truly understood. It's a journey of discovery, and it's one that will bring you closer to your cat than ever before. So the next time your cat looks at you with those big, curious eyes, remember, they're not just staring into space, they're trying to talk to you. They're asking you to meet them halfway, to learn their language, and to see the world through their eyes. And when you do, you'll unlock a connection that's deeper, richer, and more rewarding than you ever thought possible. Because at the end of the day, cats don't just want food, toys, or a cozy place to sleep. They want a relationship. They want to be understood. And when you take the time to truly listen, you'll realize that they've been trying to talk to you all along.